how about just a regular old-fashioned haul video? Yeah? Yeah, sure. So I got a package from Jackson's Art and I'm really happy it took no time to get here, so I'm super happy. And I spoiled myself a wee bit in hoping it will increase creativity. I don't know. So yeah, let's just get into it and I'm going to share with you all the stuff. And if you have any if you have any history with any of these products, please let me know what you think about them, or if there's anything else you think I should try. Yeah? Okay, so first up we have maybe not like the most exciting thing, but it is 2 new palette knives. Because palette knives, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I also got a pencil sharpener. Now this one is supposed to be special, but they all say that, don't they? So apparently, yeah, so when I was reading about it, it said that one of these holes will sharpen it just regularly, the other one will only sharpen the actual lead, and one will only sharpen the actual wood. So yeah, and the blades are different height. Yeah. Another like the last like boring thing is just masking fluid. I use a lot of masking fluid while I'm working, like painting, but I'm also using masking fluid in the studio when I'm working. I sell quite a lot of sample dots, so so you get like a sample dot when you make an order with for paint, but also you can buy like sets of sample dots, and I glue them on with masking fluid. So I use quite a lot, and I thought it would be nice to try out Jackson's, their own brand, and I just got one of these. And I usually have used a few of the Daler-Rowney. They smell really bad. I have smelled this one. It doesn't smell good. Masking fluid is not known to smell good. But I think this is my third or fourth one, and I don't think I've ever used one of these up because they dry out. So when you get to, for me anyway, like half or a third way like left, it gets really thick and it just sort of gets solid. So that's my big problem with them. And that's sort of why I wanted to try a new brand and see, but I have had really bad luck finding masking fluid in Sweden. I don't know if that is something to do with like the pandemic, that certain things isn't being shipped in, but yeah, so I just thought Jackson, they have really been on a kick lately, creating a lot of their own products with their own brand, so I just thought, hey, why not? Oh, I have also used the Schmincke little masking pen, mostly to glue the dots when I sell them. Otherwise I don't like it. I mean, it's very convenient, but I don't like it as using as a masking fluid while painting. I don't like it. Controversial right from the start. Okay. Okay, so let's go into a little bit more fun, but still not like hilarious. Yeah, fineliners. I am a big fan of fineliners. I have a collection of them. I do definitely prefer the microns, but as everybody who uses microns know, that the tip is the issue. I think my microns, they hold their shape pretty well, or it's maybe because I try to be very mindful of how I use them, but I did get one of these Winsor Newton fineliners in one subscription box, and I really like the pen. I really like that it has a very long shape on it, or like a long tip. so that you can actually see when you're... So I have been looking for Jackson for quite some time, but the sizes that I wanted have been out of stock. So now when they are back in, I was like clicking those home. So I got them in black in, let's see here, 0.5, 0.3. Oh no, crap! Is that right? This one is 1.0. I don't like that. That's way big. Did I order that? Please tell me they packaged it wrong. Oh, I did wrong. No. That's huge. That was... Oh, that's my bad. Crikey. But yeah, so I got 4 blacks, and then I got one 0.1. That's the one I meant to get in sepia. I do like using sepia pens. So I do usually use microns, but I have also a few uni pens, and I like the idea of them, but I just feel like they are weaker in strength, especially compared to microns. I feel like they are not as black or as brown as I wish they would be. So I'm going to give these a try. Then, speaking of long, narrow things, yes, I got a few more brushes. Don't at me, okay? Be nice. So I got, first of all, a few of... So all of them are Jackson's own brand. I got the Icon Flat, and they are tiny, tiny. So yeah, I think I will use them mostly with gouache. I really like using flats and filberts for gouache, but yeah, I really enjoy using the Icon series by Jackson. I think the brushes are really good. So yeah. Now, this is also from Jackson, but it is a different range, and this is their Raven range, and it is 2 sizes of quills. And this is, if I don't misremember, it is squirrel mixed with synthetic, or is it synthetic squirrel? I got the size 4 and 10/0, and that is the same that I have in the Icon quill, and I just really like the size. I feel like it's a really good size. Now, when it says 10/0 and 4, that is obviously not like the standard. I would say that the 10/0 is more like a 6 or an 8 maybe. So just keep that in mind. The 4, I don't think I have any brushes that are like that size. I have a number 12 Icon, like proper Icon. And yeah, this is way bigger, so. Okay, it is synthetic, yes. So it is squirrel synthetic, and I do have the black velvet brushes in a few sizes, not that many because they are shittily expensive, but it is by far the most amazing brushes I've ever used. I do love the Jackson brushes, but the silver black velvet brushes, it is, yeah, it is amazing. So I have it in a 10, I have it in a 4 and a 2. And I did look to get more of these, just like a number 6 maybe, but they were sold out, all of the sizes. So I thought it would be fun to test out this synthetic one, and I really want to have a mop brush, so yeah, we'll see how those work out. And I'm just trying to, like, you know, segue into each other here. I did get a few watercolors. So one, it is just a refill. It is the Natural Black by White Knight. White Knight, I love White Knight paints. It is by far the best everyday, just a standard base ever. I prefer the tubes. That is, I think, because I prefer tubes over pans. But no, like, you make up your own mind with that if you feel like it's better just to get the pans. I mean, the price is just amazing. There are a few colors that I feel like, are a bit weak and a little bit where I've had some issues with the binder and such, and it's especially when it comes to the earth tones. But when it comes to the synthetic pigments, it is amazing. And the colors that I use, like that I always have on my palette, that is from White Knight, is their neutral black. I don't use black that much in painting, but I like to have it on the palette. I also have their Payne's Grey, love that. I also have Daniel Smith Payne's Grey, but I feel like I need both. So black, Payne's Grey. I also have the indigo and the sepia one. I really love that. And their greens. I feel like White Knight, their greens is their greens. So just green and sap green. It is amazing, and also their Indian gold. Always have that on my palette. Okay, so enough about White Knight. So I got 4 watercolors. These are expensive, and I have been looking at these for a very long time. So the first 2 I'm going to show you, I have been thinking about getting these for years. But I feel like I have been I started out with White Knight, and then I'm sort of graduated to Daniel Smith, and I've been keeping with those 2 brands. I feel very, very comfortable. I have a few that are Old Holland, but I have always wanted to try the M.Graham, and they have just been getting Daniel Smith in Sweden. It's quite easy and a very good price, but these guys, and yeah, so I just bit the bullet. And usually when I try out new brands, I try to get pigments that I don't have, but here I decided to go with pigments that I just love and that I know I use a lot. So I got the Anthraquinone blue and also Quinacridone rust, and so the actual pigment is PO 48 and PB 60. So I have both of these pigments in other brands, and I just love these pigments, and I feel like it would be really fun to try out. And I've heard that M.Graham makes the best PB 60, and PB 60 is I hate making that pigment into paint. It is it is a to do that. Okay, so another paint that I'm really excited about is the new super granulating colors by Schmincke, and I got the Tundra Rosa, Tundra Rosa, I don't know, and Tundra Pink, obviously, the Tundra Pink, and I also got the Forest Blue. So I'm really excited about trying these out. They look really, really cool, the swatches I did see, and I wonder if it is just that they have the pigments that are very granulating, or if they have added Oxcal or something to get them super granulating. But it doesn't say here on the tubes. They have a little flap you can open. Oh, they can produce an allergic reaction. Okay. Yeah, sure. So that is the paints. Actually, some new color pencils. So I consider myself foremost a watercolor artist, and I would say after that I would consider myself more a mixed media artist. I really enjoy working with color pencils and watercolor and gouache. Well, I like to use everything, but you know. My favorite brand by far that is to work with watercolor and color pencil is Faber-Castell. They're very pigmented. They have a relatively hard core, so they keeps their point over the watercolor paper that usually has quite a lot of texture. So I really like having that harder core, so you can get details in. But I thought it would be really fun to try out another brand, and on Jackson's they have a lot of different from Derwent. and that is a British company. So I thought I could try those out, and I got a few colors that I don't feel like I have in the Faber-Castell. So it's sort of like extending the range of pencils I have at the same time as trying out these ones. So I got a few colors that are in the Coloursoft series. So I got 6 of these, and in different colors. So we have grey lavender, ice blue, dove grey, pink lavender, scarlet, and then pale peach. They obviously don't, I mean, the swatches online versus the swatches or the pens that you get. First, I would say that the ice blue, the dip tip, I feel like it don't match at all to the actual pen. And then also the pink lavender it is a lot pinker than what I read it as online, but the other ones look very close, and I really like the dove grey and the grey lavender. I am always looking for more selection in the grey spectrum, not always for paint or drawing just with greys, but you can really deepen up other colors with the greys. And then I also got a few from the Procolour. I haven't used Derwent, and I haven't really looked into any reviews or anything, so I'm really going in blind here. So I picked a few colors that I felt like looked nice and that looked like colors I didn't really have. So the first one I got is Plum, Buttercup Yellow, which is like a warm yellow, Nutmeg, the Mars Violet, also one of those sort of grey dirty color, Lime. With that, I think it is time to talk about the most amazing part, and I mean, color is always amazing. I love color in all shapes, but this time I have truly focused on surface, on paper, and pretty much all of this is Jackson branded too, and I'm going to save the best for last. That is not Jackson. So first of all, you just have a little notebook. These are, you can find in different sizes, and they're very cheap. Just a regular sketchbook, to have them just really nice and good paper. They don't take watercolor that well, but just to have like as a sketchbook, I really like it. Now, this I'm really excited to try out because I feel like it could be amazing, and it could also be not, but I have high hopes. So this is the Jackson watercolor sketchbook, and I mean, it's a pretty good size. Like, it feels really sturdy, hardcover. It has a black synthetic cover. I don't like the feel of it. I wish it would have been like out of cotton or something that doesn't feel, I just don't like it. But apart from that, it looks amazing. The inner pages are grey, and then you have the watercolor, and I really like the texture of it. And also, but that is, and I like the odd size of it. I really like this sort of almost square, but not quite. But the paper is thin. It is 160 GSM, and I'm like, you're marking this as a watercolor sketchbook. So I'm really excited about trying that out and seeing just like if it's really, because if that is a good watercolor sketchbook, that is amazing. For the price, it's good. Okay, I also wanted to try like some good watercolor paper, or give them a better chance. So this is the Jackson watercolor block, and the one I wanted, of course, cold press. They're sold out in all of the sizes, so I decided to go with a 6x8. I feel like it's good enough surface to try out without being massively big. I don't need that big because I have a paper that I love to work with just for making illustrations and such, but I really want to give them a fair shot. So 6x8, so the yellow one is hot press, and it is 300 GSM and 15 sheets. And this one is 300 GSM, 15 sheets as well, and this one is rough. Now, this is like the thing, and it is an Etcher book, and it is in hot press. I know, I was a little bit like, should I go with hot press? But yeah, okay. I am so excited. Like, Etcher is the oh, it's a big thing. It looks really, really good. Okay. I'm not planning on starting this one yet because I have currently 2 landscape watercolor journals on the go. So here's what I'm talking about. This, we have a real like fabric cover, and it feels so much more different. It feels so much better. It just, yeah. Now the color, I feel like I need to make a comment on it, and as somebody who moves about a bit when painting or painting outside, this will look so dirty when I'm finished with it. But it looks really good now, especially that just little bit of embroidery. Okay, we're opening up the paper. Oh, that's nice paper. And it is hot press, but yeah, I mean, it still has a tooth to it, and it just, it's really nice. In the back here, we have, oh my gosh, you're kidding me? I don't know what this is. We have a little pocket here on the back side, and it's open up, and this, I mean, can you see that? It's one of those, what do you call it, like satin ribbons. That is the gusset. Gosh, it is just, you can like, it is just so well made. The only fault I can find in it is a tiny, tiny little string here. That's it. It just feels so well made. The sketchbook I finished most recently was an A4 landscape hot press that I got, and it was made by American Craft, so it's not like an artist quality brand or product, but that really made me realize I really prefer working in this format. The A4 I felt was a little bit too big, but right now I am working on, or working in, I should say, so this one by the Sea White, and then I am also trying out this sketchbook by, it is Indigo by Artway, and I got this from Amazon, and this one is of course longer, but I really like it. This has handmade watercolor paper, so it's not really the same, and that's why I'm keeping both at the same time. This one is a bit more for loose working, and this one is more like a sketchbook. So those are the ones I'm working in now, but this is like, it is so pretty. So I'm really excited about trying that one out. But what I really want to try out, and I feel like we need to do that, it is this really cheap sketchbook by Jackson. I just feel like I need to see how it takes watercolor. So the last thing we're going to do today is just seeing how this one turns out, because I am so curious. I mean, I know this one is going to be amazing, but this with cotton blend paper, like, I feel like it could be amazing. So okay, so I feel like we need to try out these new mop brushes while we're here. I know the camera angle is not the best, but we'll just have to deal with it. I still just feel like I need to soften up the brush a little bit. Just like first impression on all three of these. Love the brush. It holds a lot of water, but I still feel like I can control it fairly well for being a squirrel. I typically don't like squirrel, so I really like it, and it has a really nice belly to it. So the paint, very granulating. Now, depending on what paper you use, it will look different, but I like it. I honestly, I thought it was going to be a lot deeper. You can see here the difference. I thought it was going to be more of this sort of almost perylene green color. Now I could go in and really just load up my brush. Maybe if I do that. Yeah, so now I have pretty much only pigment, and I still can't get that almost black that we have here on the tube. Of course, you can't expect that the color on the tube will be the color that you will get, but I had expected it to be a little bit deeper in value. Okay, that is a lot more purple than I would expect it to be. So I'm expecting the granulation to show up a blue and sort of having an orange tint based on how the packaging is looking. But yeah, it looks really nice. This is the M.Graham Quinacridone Rust. Oh god, that is beautiful. Now, in my experience, this has a pretty big drying shift where it goes from this very, very vibrant orange rusty color and then it looks a lot duller once you have let it dry. So definitely going to keep that in mind, but it looks amazing. Paper reacts really well, letting it flow. The PB60, everybody that I have heard talking about it says that this one is by far the best PB60. Okay. It is beautiful. I mean, if you don't like PB60, then you won't like it. But for somebody, I mean, it is beautiful. I have heard it can create a little bit of an odd texture, but it is beautiful. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this very sort of throwback to when whole videos were all the thing, but I just felt like I wanted to share the excitement, and if you have any thoughts on this, please let me know, especially the Derwent colors. I feel like I am a little bit out of my depth when it comes to color pencils. I'm definitely trying to learn more. I really like the medium. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you soon.